Hey guys, you're like, it's your boy, sir. The life, Sean the W, Sean Albert, 444-774. Kuna Matata, I know I said that out of order. But, I just wanted to talk about something right now that, for some, it could be a little touchy. For others, it kind of ain't. But this one is more so towards like, as you know, I think a lot. I've always been a thinker, and there's like this thing that happens along the lines with respect, and this is something that not everybody can understand. Some can find a way in their own way to understand it, I will say that, but mostly trans people like me will understand this more than anyone else, and it sucks. Or I'm talking like what I'm about to say, it sucks. Okay? One, trans people are not liars. They are who they are. We are who we are. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, okay? But the most suckiest thing, or I should say, the most number one thing I think people should not do to a trans person is when you get pissed off, especially if you're a person that respects their pronouns, when everything is good and great. But when you get mad or they say something that you don't like, all of a sudden, you disrespect their pronouns. And though kids are very understanding, you have adults in their life that don't respect people in the sense of they will tell them, no, this is what that is. And you're just like, if a kid is already respecting a person that actually, you know, they know what they're seeing, they know who this person is, why do you go out of your way to try and make that person feel a certain kind of way? Because your own selfish thing. I mean, honestly, it says more about the people that are telling the kids, no, you don't respect their pronouns. No, you don't call them by that. That's what that is. You do what I say, not what they say of who they are. But then, like I said, if you're a person that, like, say, my pronouns are he, him, his. So you get mad at me, and then all of a sudden I become she, her. And I'm sitting here just like, so how the hell you go from pronouncing, saying my pronouns, he, him, but then when you're mad at me for something, or I'm not doing something you want me to do, I become a whole entire gender that is different from the one I identify as. Just to try to make me feel some type of way. But like I said, it speaks more about the person saying it than the person they're saying it to. These are things that people don't actually understand. Like with trans women, some people, oh no, that's a man. No, that's a woman. What did she do to you? Why are you showing this person's pictures off to other people to be, oh yeah, and especially other men? What I'm saying is, like, I'm not saying other men. I said that wrong. Sorry. Well, actually, if it's a man showing the girl's picture to other men, thank you. Or girls showing this picture to men of this woman, and then to just turn around and say, after they're like, oh yeah, no, she's beautiful, yeah, she's this, she's that, she's gorgeous, the next you know, oh, that's a man. then ew, ew. It's like, excuse me, especially if that's your friend. Why would you do that? What do you benefit off of doing that to somebody? Because what you didn't know right there in that moment, you kind of just put that person's life in danger. Excuse me for a second. Sorry about that. But yeah, no, like, what benefit do you get from that? Like, with the kids, I get it. They don't understand. Certain age groups, they don't. They do. Like I said, kids get it. Kids already understand a lot more than you think. But when you constantly are saying, oh, this person's that, you're the one confusing the kid. Like, for instance, this has technically nothing to do with being trans per se, but I'm just going to throw this example out there because this is something that in my life has happened, and I've had to step up and say something because I couldn't stand what was happening in this moment. But it's crazy because what I said actually is being proven to this day that I was right. Now, let's go back in the time here. If little boys have older sisters, okay, and their older sisters happen to, let's play with dolls and, they got the baby dolls and all that stuff, baby life, whatever the hell that thing is called. Baby alive, there we go. And they tell their little brother or their big brother, it doesn't matter, hey, come play with me. Now, as a sibling, you play with your other siblings. We're correcting this, right? Because I know when I was younger, I had to play with my older siblings, which is my sisters, and I had to play with my younger sibling, which is my little brother. We played cars. We played literally whatever the heck anyone wanted to play. Even with my mom, we wrestled with my mom all the time when we were little kids. Okay, we played Power Rangers. It didn't matter. Video games a little bit. Sports. Not just, like, we all did this as a group. There's only 4. 2 and 2, honestly. Got the 2 oldest girls and the 2 youngest sons. That's how I've always viewed it. And honestly, that's how literally 2 of my other siblings have viewed it. I'm not trying to separate the other, that's just real life. Like, even in high school, when I had like 2 years with my little brother, because he's not that far younger than me. He would, like, I would go up to him and we didn't hang out a lot, truly, we didn't. But whenever my mom gave me a message to give to him, I would walk up to him, his friends, they're taller than me, I'm the little runt. I've gotten a little taller, but they're still taller than me. And I'm like, hey, yo, bro, mom, she said this and that and that, so after school, this is what we have to do. And he's all right. All his friends like, who is this? He's, oh, this is my older brother. It's really what he calls me. It's what he's always called me. I know that's a little off subject, but I'm just giving you an example here. So it's just one of these things where if a little kid, okay, is playing with their sibling, especially be your little sister, your big sister, and you playing Barbie dolls, or you're playing just the dolls where you're feeding the babies. To all people out there that says things like what I'm about to say, you all kind of low-key need help. Now, if a little kid is playing, like I said, with their sibling, and you say, no, don't play with that, that's gay. Little boys don't play with dolls. Me, being the person I am, I will step the hell up, and I did. And I said, excuse me, but him playing with that doll is going to make him a better father. First off. Second off, he is playing with his sister who asked him to play with her. There's no harm in that. Oh, I don't care what you say, that's gay. Then you got another person who is on the side, grown ass man, saying the same thing. Oh, you raise your kids how you want to. Your daddy is gay. They don't need to do that. And I'm saying, like, excuse me, sir, you yell at your kids, and they can't really do much. But then when they do, you have fit. You stay out of this. You're low-key homophobic as it is anyway. Because when I was younger, I stepped up to that person when they had something to say. To the same person they are saying something to. To say, oh yeah, I know you raise your child. Yeah, your daddy is gay. They don't need to be doing that. And when I was younger, that dude literally jumped in that person's face when they were pregnant with literally another kid. And I stepped in the middle of it and I said, excuse me, back up. You know what he said to me? This is this is pre-transition medically. What, you gay? When I said, I'm not afraid of you. Now, I didn't know what the hell that had to do with anything of why I'm not afraid of a grown-ass man jumping in my face for stepping in front of literally a woman to stop him from what the fuck he was doing. When all they asked him was put the toilet seat down. That's some coward shit. Put the toilet seat down. They're pregnant if they fall into the toilet seat, but you want to be friends with that baby. There's certain things in my life that, like I said, I've been through a lot. I'm not going to name the people in this situation because if I do, oh man. Some people that know me personally, they know exactly who I'm talking about. Some people that may watch this video that know me, they will know exactly who I'm talking about, who I'm referring to. But the fact that when I called him homophobic, he straight up said, no, I work with gay people. That's a problem in itself as well. Just because you work with gay people doesn't mean you are any less homophobic. You trying to keep a job in a check. You ain't gonna say nothing about nobody at your job that's gay. Unless they hit on you or something else. Let's be honest, let's be real. So as me saying this about this kid, he's gonna grow up and be a great father, I kid you not, the way this kid is with his sisters, especially when they were babies, is for that person to say, oh yeah, see, he gonna be a great dad one day. That's exactly what I said when he was playing with the dolls. In other words, he was learning how to take care of his younger siblings already. That's what some people don't realize. Sometimes when somebody's doing something, it's preparing them for something else. You don't need to stop that. You know what I'm saying? Use background noise. They're having a good time. But this is a real thing. I'm not joking about that. But you see how that is. These are grown people. I've been told I'm lying to people. I'm not lying to people. Just because you want to keep something and hold on to something that don't exist and never existed in my life, but existed in yours because you felt, well, I don't care what a doctor said. Like I've already said, especially with intersex people, doctors say a lot of things. A lot of intersex people have false surgeries when they were babies, when they just got out, to correct something that somebody considered a problem that was never a problem. Did they deserve that? No. Just to find out later in life what happened. Some of the parents had to say so, some parents didn't. Was that fair to those parents? Especially if those parents are actually really considerate parents. Those are parents that, appreciate their kid for whoever they are. That will let their kids decide who they are going to be in life. Even though some things are not actually a choice. Because I'm going to be real honest with you. And a lot of people have said this. And I agree with this situation or the statement. Who the hell would choose to be a part of the LGBTQIA community? And some people are like, oh, you're saying this and you're spewing hatred across yourself. No, pay attention to what I'm saying. That's the most hated community. People don't like people like me. People don't like us at all. Especially the T right now. There's too much hate going on. But you see, something in my life taught me something. Usually when they start putting all this stuff on there, it's not just a distraction against this one group of people. They're afraid of this one group of people. It's to strike fear. Pay attention to that. What's so scary about us? What about us is so scary that we're free? We're freer than you hoped. We express ourselves in ways that you didn't. Or the ways that you won't allow yourself to express yourself. Where's the fear? Why are you so afraid? Is it because we're more gods than you've ever realized? Oh, you don't know, huh? I've said it before. A lot of people like me are very royal. Imagine this world without a war. Why do you think some people went to wars? A lot of that shit is jealousy. A lot of that shit is power hunger. I just gotta be honest, because it's just like a lot of things that go across and are spewed out are just so messed up. And a lot of people like me, we don't deserve it. We already going through a lot. Internally, physically, sometimes. Trust me, some of the hits I have received in my life were not because I wanted somebody to hit me. They were fucking stupid. It was because somebody was power hungry. And you know what's crazy? A lot of them happened when I was at my weakest stage too. So fight back was not really, I couldn't really fight you back. Like I could, but I couldn't. But I am also one of those people, I don't want to fight you back because I don't want to hurt you. And like I said, some people took advantage of that. But then when I got to that point where I said, you know what? I don't care no more. Forget this. I'm bringing back the wrestler. And I started wrestling people again. You hit me, I'm wrestling you. And I'm putting you in a hold. Point blank. I'm tired of getting hit. Tired of literally my body has to now recover from this again. On top of what I'm already going through. Mostly I don't. I like certain people, I will not hit you back. I don't care. But certain people, oh yeah. We're wrestling at that point. So. But like I've come too far right now to even allow myself to go backwards too far. You know what I'm saying? And I've learned a lot. And I'm a peaceful person. I like my peace. And I don't really like it when people sit here and try to disrespect my energy. But I kind of learned to just walk away. I'll try to stay respectful to you, but I'm going to be honest with you. But if the energy is built up, I try to stay calm. I try to. It has actually nothing to do with testosterone. I just try to stay calm. But honestly, my testosterone is what kind of keeps me calm in some areas. I'm not gonna lie about that. You know, as my hormones are in flux, my testosterone kind of keeps me into that calm state. About it a lot. But I don't know. I guess my main question is what do people benefit off of doing that to people? It's okay for your friends to be gay. It's okay for your friends to be lesbians. It's okay for your friends to be transgender. But it's not okay for you. Oh, I like these people. Oh, but no, not you. I missed something somewhere. I don't know. I guess my thing is, if you can accept others, you can accept the ones right there in your face every day. But that's another thing too, and I can't even say this is the complete just, certain group of people, because there are some people in the L community, there's some people in the G community, there's some people in the B community that don't actually accept people like me. They will continue to get your programs wrong. They don't care. And it's crazy because it's just like, how can you sit here and tell me how your life is hard because of who you are and how the society judges you, but you judging someone else? Is that why you're doing it? Because, at least I get to judge somebody else. Dude, if society's doing it to you, that means you know how it feels. Don't do it to someone else. So how can we come together if all you want to do is separate and break it apart? Too much of this shit is built on toxicity. And it's not just toxic masculinity either. It's toxic femininity as well. Which I disagree with both. I told you already, I don't do well if you watch the video with toxic energy or disrespectful energy. Sometimes I'm not. No. There's too many of us out here that, just have already worked our ass off to become better people. There's too many of us out here that are really nice, and our masculinity is beautiful, okay? Our femininity is beautiful. why would I want to put darkness, and not darkness, let me not say darkness, why would I want to put ugliness, let's say that, into that? I feel like toxicity is ugly. It's not necessarily dark, because if you know me at all, I have a little bit of a dark sense of humor. And sometimes it's not a dark sense of humor, it's a dark coping mechanism that is a dark sense of humor. When I do painting, sometimes it's a little dark. Some of my poetry is a little dark. But yeah, like, I don't know. I just always wonder, what do people gain out of that? This emotion's taking me over, and honestly, it was weird, because as I was saying all that, I felt like I was gonna cry, which is beautiful. Like I said, it is beautiful. I don't really view, like I said, it shouldn't be dark energy, because dark energy is, like I said, it's not all dark. I do have a dark sense of humor. Poetry sometimes is dark. I went through a whole, self-harm thing, so I kind of understand darkness. It is, you go through a lot of things. Okay, I even had a whole emo stage at one point, which sometimes I'm a little bit still there. So you got to keep it in balance. You know what I mean? But that's another thing too. And like, people like, oh yeah, don't cry, men don't cry. Fucking cry. Let it out. I mean, I do that gentle one sometimes. Oh, you don't have to cry, it's okay. But in some retrospective, I'm also that person. Let it out. After a while, like, you don't have to, but let it out. Let it out. Do what you got to do. I understand. Like, let it out. Ooh, I'm gonna cry with you. Like, you gotta cry it out. It doesn't matter. Do what you need to do. Whatever it is that makes you feel better. But, with that being said, no, I do more than likely have more on this topic, but if you feel in your heart that you want to engage, you want to say something, you feel some type of way, go ahead, comment, we can talk about it. If you know me personally, talk to me, talk about it. If you want to go ahead, If you want to do all that stuff, go ahead, but I just feel like there's a lot of education that needs to be done. And there's a lot of people that need to acknowledge where they are actually in the wrong of what they're doing. And like I said, it's not one community. Like, I know when I made the whole, when the whole bisexuals, the ones that consider themselves, like, they don't tell you they're bisexual. You don't have to, say anything like that. But, or the ones that are, but then when they're around their straight friends, all that goes out the window. Then they start becoming obnoxious, and you're just like, But you gotta find that in whatever group you is. That's why I said it's not just them. Like, I found that in a lot of different groups of people, and it's sad. It sucks. But at least I'm being real enough to sit there and be like, why do you do it? What does that benefit you? Like, laughing at somebody when somebody calls somebody a pronoun, and you sitting there like, that is actually their pronoun. But you're laughing. What's so funny about that? Because you don't call them that. You haven't grasped the concept of that is actually their pronoun. That is who they are, and they already told you that. What benefit do you get out of it? That's all I want to know. When you telling somebody, oh no, that person ain't actually trans. I met that person. They don't even act like that. You don't know what was happening deep inside of them. What gives you the right? You don't know what they were ever going through. Even if this is your sibling that you lived with your whole entire life, you wouldn't really know. You're too busy judging, you ain't actually paying attention. But, yeah. It's your boy, Sean. Sean with the double E's. 444-777. The Kuna Matatas. Okay. Surf for life, and we serving you life. Even if it's on some serious type of. But why so serious? Cause it's surf for life. And we're serving you life. At like 1 a.m. in the morning. And I'm about to eat because I'm hungry. I love y'all. Love yourselves. Hug yourselves. Be better with everybody in your life. And just, I would love to say be kind, but sometimes in order to be kind, you have to be kind to you. Because I feel like a lot of, like I said, people that say things like this, they have some internal battles that nobody else is really aware of. But I am one of those people that I kind of say something like, yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with me. It got something to do with you. So where are you benefiting? Love y'all. I'm out. Love yourself.